Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of Sequoia Commercial Lending on our platform. And if this is the first time that you're on our platform, Sequoia Lending, we start off as a commercial lending company, but however, slowly we merge into a business consulting company. Not only that, we provide funding for small businesses, we provide funding for various different type of commercial projects, we provide funding for working capital, equipment loans, so on and so forth. But most importantly, we have another vertical where we pull in other services that's suitable for our small businesses. And there are a few new services on our platform right now. And we talked about cost segregation a few weeks ago. We talked about a wellness program for the last 2 or 3 months, and a lot of business are already signing up with our wellness program. And again, remember that is a very good door opener for all of us to get in front of a decision maker of a business by providing free benefits for their employees. And this is for real, guys. Again, we have every single day we have new businesses that sign up through the wellness program. But today we are going to talk about something different. Ever since way before Sequoia, I always have a dream. Personally, I believe in green energy very, very much. And I knew somehow, somewhat, the country is going to go through that direction. So before the venture of Sequoia, I actually got involved with a few solar company out there that provides residential solars. Okay. Through this venture, I met two very good friends. One of them, you see, his name is Tom. Okay, he is in Vegas, and we become good brothers throughout the venture. And another very important person, it's the gentleman that is going to be on board today to share with us uh, why commercial solar. I'm sure that every one of us already know what solar panel is all about. You put that solar panel on top of your own roof, and you generate electricity, and basically you don't need to pay for electricity anymore. But however, that is for residential. Since Sequoia is in a commercial business, for the longest time, I'm always thinking about, hey, how can we participate in green energy for businesses, not only for residential but for commercial, for warehouses, apartments, hotels, so on and so forth. And also, there's another big, huge needs in the country right now, which is EV stations. In California right now, in California, there are, hey, that's the number that I got. Approximately in California right now, there are approximately 200,000 EV stations, way less than what it's supposed to be. And they are saying that in 5 years, the 200,000 EV stations need to be at 2 million EV stations. And I was just in California 2 days ago. And there pretty much, I believe that 90% of the Tesla is in California. But however, when I talk to many of these owners, and one frustration that they always find out is that it just doesn't have enough charging stations to power their car. So again, green energy is the way to go. I would say about 5, 6 years ago, in my previous life venturing into solar, I met this gentleman. We were all green. We didn't know much about solar, but we all have the passion about this particular industry. He spent so much time in the industry for the last 5, 6 years or so, make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I still keep contact with me, even though my passion is in commercial funding. But deep inside of me, green energy, I knew it is the way to go. But however, came from the green energy industry, I knew how difficult it is to structure a proposal, to design a system. It's not like everybody on day-to-day life you can do something like this. If you're just talking about residential solar, yeah, you might be, there's a lot of software out there that can enable you to do something like this. But once you get into commercial, it's a lot more complicated, a lot more legal issue involved. If you design a system is not correct, there's a lot of legal issue. So for the longest time, I don't want to get involved with designing the system. But however, I always know, since we are in the commercial lending, all of our customers are business owners or property owners. They already owns apartment building, owns hotels, so on and so forth. And there's a huge need for them to install commercial solar or EV stations. And especially in today's market, there's so many states in the country right now provide so much incentive, such as California, such as Illinois, such as Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., you name it. So long story short, finally, I connect with Ricardo again. I say, well, buddy, what are you doing right now? And he told me that, hey, Alan, this is what I do. And I'm in commercial solar. I can install EV stations. I can install carports. I can do this thing. I said, great, wonderful, Ricardo. This is actually, when I built a Sequoia platform, one thing that we wanted to do is to build a platform that our agent does not need to be a professional in the solar industry, in the commercial lending industry. All they have to do is that they bring in the clients, bring in the deals, and we have advisors like yourself to help them to close the deal. So after so many hours of discussions, discussions, brainstorming, things like that. So that leads to today's presentation. And I'm so happy to say, finally, and we have a credible company that can come onto our platform that can help us to install solar. Not only that install solar, we can also funding all these solar systems. Okay, funding all these. So currently right now we have over 5 different lenders that can fund solar, not only funding commercial properties, but we can also fund churches, which is a big, huge market. So without further ado, I can go on and on and on and on. Guys, you know me, I can keep talking, but I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to welcome a very dear friend of mine, and we've been through the changes together. I saw him, how he grow his business. He saw me, how I grow our business. So together, I think this is the perfect time for us to hold hands together and do something much, much, much bigger than individually. So without further ado, my dear friend, Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan. With the same energy. I remember when you went up in that stage. I don't remember it was in Las Vegas. I don't remember it was in California. I know that when Alan got there with one of the largest teams, actually at the moment, and we were not actually a solar company. We were referring cases. I mean, remember, we were not actually. That was like 6 years ago. And Alan has the largest team. I always love his energy, his passion, and I don't probably half of the room was his people. He was one of the top recruiters for the company. So I really appreciate your invitation tonight here, Alan. I know that working with you, it will be one of the best things. I mean, we could do together, and many people will benefit from it. Well, thank you everyone tonight for coming here. My name is Edgardo Gonzalez. I'm from Puerto Rico, the island of enchantment. I've been living here in Texas for probably the last 14 years. As a matter of fact, I'm moving to Tampa, Florida next week. So yes, I've been many years in solar, but actually I was for 20 years a furniture designer. When I retired in 2012, I had like 200 employees, like 75 salespeople. So yeah, I've been in sales forever. I was designing these tables like this of very exotic woods. I used to have factories in Indonesia, Singapore, Mexico. So that was my passion. And then, of course, in 2016, I started in residential solar. And that's where I met Mr. Alan Wu. It was different. We were referring people to Solar City, and that was not my thing. I'm the person that I like to be, from beginning to end. I'm a closer, so that was not my thing at that moment. And then, of course, in 2018, we started doing everything from A to Z like I like it. And it was a blessing for me and my family. I started actually door knocking in Plano, Texas, because I didn't know no one. Remember, I'm not from here. And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know people, so I cannot call anyone and said, I know people in Puerto Rico, but we were not in Puerto Rico at that moment. Now we are. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start from the bottom. One of my friends here, he was a roofer, and he taught me how to door knock for roofing. So then I adapted for solar, and it's been a blessing. Solar is great. Solar is growing a lot in residential. Just to let you know, only 3 million homes have gone solar, and there's 95 million homes that qualify for solar. So can you imagine only 3 million homes? Or even if it is 5 million, that's nothing. So even for residential, it's huge. I love it. I have one of the largest team in the company that I work with, and I have done a lot of money. But I started doing commercial. I have friends that have been doing commercial for a long time, but there was no funding. There was no loans. The customers needed to get their own funding. And in sales, it's hard to like show a proposal, and then when they love it and everything, say, well, now go to your bank, talk to them, and come back to me. That doesn't work. Well, guess what? Why I got back into solar is because I saw a friend of mine that even that I've been making a lot of money. I met him like what, a year and a half ago. I met him in one of our events, and when he showed me his projects and the quantity of money he was making, I said, what? So when you sell, so when you make a solar sale, you make quite a good money. It's around $6,000, $5,000 per deal. That's if you close it and everything. But like when you close a deal in commercial, it's like closing 20 or 100 residential deals. And that attracts me a lot because it's the same work. Of course, it's different. When you talk to a homeowner, when you talk to a commercial owner, it's different. You gotta have connections. You gotta move. But that's what you guys do. I mean, that's what you do. And even me, that I'm not in commercial, I get bills on a daily basis. I've been spreading the word, and I get it. So before I keep going on, let me tell you a little bit how I got the bill from my mover. So the mover that is moving me from here, from Dallas to Tampa, we started a conversation, and he wanted solar for his own. But when I mentioned that I was involved in commercial, he told me, well, you know what? Well, he's Indian, and he said, well, I'm Indian, and all my cousins here in Texas, they own different hotels. So I told him a very, very, very easy pitch. I said, well, why you don't tell them this? Hey, how much you're paying on your bill? Say, well, whatever, $5,000. In commercial, that's normal, $2,000, $5,000, even $20,000. So what? Are you kidding me? Are you giving electricity to your neighbors? Make a little joke like this. And then you say, you know what? I think I can help you. Do you know that there's so many huge incentives right now for commercials since 2022? And of course, we're going to share this. This is not a training today, but I want to show you how easy it is to get people into giving your bill. Trust me, in residential, it's twice as most difficult right now because the things that people see online and all kind of good stuff that you probably have seen, but commercial is totally virgin. When he that never saw commercial in his life talked to his cousin, he texts his cousin, listen, I'm going to help you save up to 50% or more on your electric bill. And there's up to 60% in government rebates. So since 2022, the rebates, the Inflation Reduction Act doubled, okay? And that's going to stay here until, for the next, 20 years. So what we did, so what happened there is that actually they sent him his bill. Say, send me your bill. I'm going to help you. So, okay, so what does you need? Yes, we're going to do a study on your energy consumption, and we're going to get back to you with a proposal, a free proposal. And so basically what we do is we get people that talk to their connections, get their bill from them, and make an appointment. When we do an appointment, and in commercial, it takes a little bit more than in residential. In residential, I can get a bill and make a proposal in 20 minutes or less. Residential, it takes a couple of days because remember, there's a lot of people. We need to know if they have tax liability and all that kind of good stuff. We need to study everything. Like in electricity, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's amazing. It's amazing the money that we're making, and the money that referrers are making is crazy. Okay, so a simple conversation is putting a lot of money in referrers for commercial. So now I just want to share my screen to show you how this is working, because today again it's not a training or anything, but I want to show you a little bit. So what we do, we kill that bill. That's what one of my companies is called. We kill that bill. I have several companies, and Play Bigger is my corporation. Okay, so what we do, we help people save a lot of money on the bill. A little bit about me: started in solar since 2016. I was the first company top earner, the first to achieve 1 million in commissions, longest period in #1 in personal sales, mentorships, and over 10,000 installations in United States. I'm in 23 states selling residential, and I'm going to do a lot better in commercial. So I'm also the founder of the $1 Million Club in residential solar sales. Now, so what we do, we have different products. What are our products? Pretty simple. We have solar panels. So one of our preferred solar panel is the Silfa. Okay, you can look it up. The Silfa. Why we do Silfa? #1, because it's made in the United States. And one little detail that I want you to learn from now. Right now, any commercial project that we do qualifies for the 30% tax rebate. Okay, as you know, business people, they make money and they pay taxes. If they have tax liability, they can qualify for the 30% tax rebate. Well, guess what? Since 2022, and that's the secret, if we use U.S. made products, they'll get an extra 10%. So instead of like residential, that is only a 30, they'll get 40% by using U.S. made products. Silfa are crazy. Now, is that the only brand we have? Of course not. They vary by state, okay, and by country, because we are not only selling in the United States, just to let you know. Now, of course, we use the best batteries. You're going to see Tesla. Tesla is an amazing battery. So, as a matter of fact, we just bought 10 containers of Tesla because there's going to be a shortage, and we found out. So in July, there's going to be a shortage of batteries, especially the Tesla Wall, the new one, the Tesla Wall 3, and we bought several containers for residential, but for commercial, we use them all. Okay, so now we also sell batteries. We have all the batteries, all the brands. So it depends on the state. When I was talking before about panels, it's going to vary because, for example, we were selling a hotel we were selling a hotel. I mean, closing the hotel. It was a Staybridge Hotel in San Antonio. You know, guess what we found? If we used San Antonio made solar panels, and they have the Mission solar panels, you can look it up. Mission solar panels, they get an extra incentive from the city. So the city of San Antonio give them an extra incentive of around 20% if we use products made in Texas, specifically in San Antonio. So there's incentives left and right all over the place in the solar industry. Of course, we use M-phase inverters that are great. That's American made, trying to get them more incentives to all our customers. But again, we always are going to try to use the best ones. Well, guess what? We also have EV chargers. Now, my partner, he's in partnership with the manufacturer, one of the largest manufacturers in the United States of EV chargers. Now you're going to see more EV chargers where? In hotels. We're using it in hotels, gas stations, supermarkets, everywhere. So now start thinking about who are your customers, and we're going to talk about that later. Okay, everybody is a car dealer. we are doing a lot of carports. Carports are huge. And I have a customer in Orlando that he was, yeah, I want solar panels. He's super rich. You know, they're Dominicans from the Dominican Republic. They're making a lot of money. It's a Latino supermarket, and it's his second generation. He inherited from his dad. But when he heard about those carports, he said, so I'm buying that. Why? I'll show you later. So carports are huge. Those are 14 feet carports. So any truck can fit under it. And guess what? You can put EV chargers under that. They're going to be charged from their solar panels. So the business owner is not going to spend electricity to charge people's car. If you go to a Tesla charge station, which are normally like in places like in restaurants or in anywhere, you can see them in Walmart or any other places. This is costing to the owner money, okay? But here, it's free. They're getting the electricity from their solar panels. That's huge. When you offer that advantage to business owner, that's killer. They love it, okay? And let me go back to that's all the product. Of course, you can follow me in Instagram, and you can get all that from what I'm doing. But let's go now and let's show you a proposal so you can see what we show to customers and why there's a lot of value in it, okay? Why there's a lot of value in it here. All right, hold on a second. All right, so let me show you first a hotel. This hotel is in Orlando, Florida. We're about to close this. We haven't closed it. The owner loves it. Okay, the owner loves it. So why this is a no-brainer? I find out this is a no-brainer. Can you guys see everything? Can you see my screen? Can we make it bigger, Marco, please? Look that roof full of solar panels. I love it. That roof is full of solar panels. This guy, he's an investor from Miami. He actually doesn't even live in Orlando. It's one of his investments. Okay, so look at this. This is how it's gonna look. This is an old hotel. This is an old hotel that he bought it. So now probably half of it is people that live there permanently, and half of it is a hotel. You're gonna see that more and more. Okay. So can you imagine all the electricity these guys use? Well, he's been there only for less than 1 year, and he's already paying. Let me show you this real quick here. This guy, that was in his low month of April. So when you see a bill from April, that means that's from March. That was not hot yet, and he was paying $11,000. Can you see that? $11,000. So his average actually is $15,000 per month. So now when you tell a homeowner, when you tell a business owner, hey, so now you're paying what? $15,000 average, but now you're gonna pay, because we're not able to, his roof is not so big, but we don't forget about the technical things. Even that he's going to pay now his loan. Remember, now we have all the loans, all the leases. So his loan is going to be $4,300, and of course for 20 years, and $1,500 in his energy bill. It doesn't even get to $6,000. So now instead of paying $15,000, he's going to pay less than $6,000. What do you think? Is he saving money already? Of course. But this is the big thing you need to see. How much he was going to pay? $4,957,000 in 30 years. So this is at only a 4% increase, and his utility went up 20%. So we're very conservative, okay, through the years. So this is the study we make for your customers. We show them a very comprehensive, proposal, and show them how much they're gonna saved through the years. I mean, so far, this is a no-brainer. You're paying $15,000 and now you're going to pay less than six. Okay. But now let's look at the beauty. And when the people that know about their business see this, that's when they say, what? So how much he was going to spend? $5 million in 30 years. How much is the cost of the system? I need to move this from here. How much is the cost of the system now? $1,100,013. $1 million? Well, guess what? He was going to spend a lot more. But look, since the federal ITC is at 40%, that's an incentive of $444,000. Now this guy can go ahead and claim that when he do his 2024 taxes in January. Okay. Well, guess what? He has up to 10 years to get that. No, it's not, he doesn't lose it. Now, what about the depreciation? So, oh, by the way, when we show them that, we back up everything with, look at that. So we're going to show them where that money comes from. The Inflation Reduction Act. So when we show things to customers, it's something that they can go and discuss with their CPAs and know that this is for real. Now, if this customer doesn't have tax liability, we go through another route. But most people pay taxes and they're going to get benefit from this. Now, another huge incentive is 20% of the federal bonus depreciation, the marks. Okay. Now, what is that? Well, look at this. That's another $187,000. So how much is this guy are actually going to pay? $481,000 electricity in the next 20 years, and then he don't pay no more. This is a 20-year loan. Okay. Now, how cool is this? That we are also in his proposal are going to explain where that money comes from. The federal, so under the federal modified cost recovery system, businesses may recover investments in solar PV property through depreciation. And this is something that you don't have to learn exactly word by word. If you can only just mention that that is in place for them, you get that bill and let us do that job. Okay. So this is incredible. So more people are more, so trust me, 90% of people don't know this. I think it's even more. I think 95%. Every time I stop, because I became a bill collector. This is why you tonight, you're gonna need to learn about. I became a bill collector. The other day I was buying a bottle of gin in a liquor store, and I saw someone there. I said, hey guys, it was a huge liquor store. I said, see, you guys pay a lot of electricity here. I said, yeah. And said, can I meet the manager? They called the manager. He came to me. I asked for the bill. He gave me the bill. Guess what? He has 10 liquor stores in Dallas, Texas. If I close them, then I'm pretty sure that I will. That's the jackpot there. Remember that I told you, each time you close a commercial deal, it's like closing 20 to 100 homes. So that's why you also are in commercial lending, isn't it? So everything is, and the cool thing in our company, we have a team of accountants, okay, and CPAs that can meet with the company's CPAs so they can explain everything to them. Okay. So how cool is that? So this is a no-brainer. Now, I would like to show you and everything. This is how they look. Again, today is not a training. Let me show you a gas station. Oh, let's talk about, let's show the gas station. Let me show you a gas station in which that gas station, no, let's go. That's a church. We'll go to the church later. This is a gas station in Palm Beach, Florida. Okay. They have 200 gas stations. It's incredible. This was one of my friends. This guy, they want to start with one of it. So what happened here is that They didn't have, you see the first roof here? That's the roof, the roof of the gas station. Well, guess what? That was not big enough to give them 100 offset. Offset is this. Offset is, let's say you pay $10,000 a month, but your roof only can fit 60% of it, then I cannot get that done. I cannot offset what your usage is. So in that case, in a home, we can put a yard, how do you call it? We can put it on the floor, okay? But in the businesses, okay, we do a ground mount. We do ground mounts in homes, but in the commercial, we do carports. And look this beauty. This is a street. This is a carport. Then is when this customer said, "Ooh, now I like it more." Well, guess what? Why? This is a gas station. Now he's gonna put 10 EV chargers under this, okay? 10 EV chargers. Beautiful. So now he can charge every time they swipe that card. This business owner is going to get paid. Well, guess what? That's not going to cost him money, because that's going to come. The energy is going to come from the solar panels. If they need batteries, of course, we'll help them with batteries as well. So look at that beauty here of these. They're really thin. They're bifacial. Bifacial means that they receive also, they can produce energy from the bottom as well. Okay? They're really thin and beautiful. And of course, again, this is a no-brainer. This guy was spending a lot of money. So let's see how much this guy was going to spend. This guy was spending $1 million, 200, and now he's going to do it with only. And now remember, here he doesn't see the same savings as the other one because he's putting the carports. Now the carports, I mean, you're going to receive the return investment a little bit later, but it's also solving him a problem. Now he's going to get more people visiting his shop, his restaurant. Okay, remember those gas stations nowadays, they serve food. So now that people can park there, charge their car where they eat their sandwich, drink coffee, or do something else. So that's why it's so attractive to them. Okay, so always you're going to see, but again, system is $400,000, $166,000 in the ITC, 30% with adders, up to a 40%, because we are going to use. Actually, we already closed this deal. It's in permitting right now. Total incentive is $166,000. When you offer this to a business, they love it. Okay, and remember, if they tell you, I don't have tax liability, we can always save them a lot of money still in their bill, and we can get them a leasing, and we can explain in the future how they can benefit from a leasing. Okay, so then as well, he's going to get the March bonus depreciation. You guys are in real estate. You guys are in commercial lending. You know what depreciation is. So there's a great deal for depreciation when they go solar. Look at this. All right. Depreciation, the tax cuts and jobs. So that's why they did that. And it's amazing. He's going to get another $70,000 in the depreciation. Okay. So that's just to show you that we can have carports everywhere. We have done it in supermarkets. We have done it in hotels, and we have done it in gas stations, but we can do carports everywhere and anywhere. So let's go to the church. Now, the one of the biggest thing right now in commercial solar are churches, because there's not that big right there. Because why? Because there's the direct deposit incentive for non-profits. Okay, so let's see this church. This is a very small church. This is a very small church. Okay. And what about these churches? Let's see what this church, I don't even know it. This we closed it already. It's about to be installed. So this church, let's see how much they were spending. Well, the good thing about this is this church was going to spend $238,000. Okay, $238,000 that we're going to spend. And how much is going to cost their system now? 99, less than half. I mean, more than half. They're saving tons of money. So churches and nonprofit, they don't pay taxes. Well, guess what? Look at what this law says. That the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 says that any nonprofit, because they don't pay taxes, they can apply for 30% direct deposit. This is even easier. That's like taking a candy from a kid. You go to talk to a pastor. Hey, pastor, and I have done it many times. I love to sit down with pastors and tell them, listen, hey, Pastor Joseph, I did it here in Dallas the other day. Pastor Joseph, I know that you like to give a lot to your congregation, but how much you're paying? He said, Ricardo, we pay like $2,000 a month. It doesn't look a lot, but $2,000 a month, it's $2,000 a month. And I said, what if I can help you save at least 50% of that? And on top of that, I can get you some money for your church. Are you serious, Edgardo? Yes. And I show him this. And they can get into the White House website and verify this. This is not me saying it. This is on the website of the White House. So how easy is to sell? And let me change that word. Since I'm in solar, I don't sell. I educate people. This is the easiest business I have been since I'm 20 years old. I've been hustling all my life. I have so many different businesses. But before I want to sell this table in $2,000, I needed to create the need to my customers into buying a $2,000 table. Who needs a $2,000 table? Okay, that was not in their budget, but they love it, they like it, and Ricardo is so good, I bought it. But in solar, they're already paying the bill. They're already paying the bill. I'm only educating them to show them that they can move their money from here, from a real bad place, to here, to a lot better place. That's it. That's what you do in solar. And you show them. And it's so easy. So in your case, you're not going to sell nothing. You show them this, they'll get you the bill. And let me tell you, I have some guys that are so good. They don't even explain this. When they have confidence with their people, because they sell HVACs, they do something with commercial people. Commercial realtors, they go, hey, listen, I'm going to do you a favor. Send me your bill. Send me your bill. Be a bill collector. I'm now going to let you know when we're ready. We're going to do you. Give me 45 minutes when you're ready, okay? So become a bill collector, and you're going to get a lot of money into that account. So when they see this, it's not you telling them. It's the government telling them, okay? So can you imagine how many? This is church land in America. Just around here in my house, we have more than 100 churches. It's crazy. In Dallas, there must be around 2,000 churches or more. And everywhere in the United States, we have tons of churches. And now you're going to be their savior, bringing, collecting that bill and putting money on their bank accounts. And they're going to love you for that, okay? They're going to love you for this. And again, this is what we do. We show, we help people save thousands of dollars on their electric bill. Let me get out of this. No. We gotta go back to. Oh, you know what? Don't stop sharing. Let's show. I didn't show them the church how much money they were getting. Sorry. I got too enthusiastic about it. Well, let me show you. Look at this church. So this church is getting the 30%. Okay, this is going to be installed now, and as soon as it gets installed, they're going to because they have their numbers, their accounting real good. The system cost is $99,000. And this church is going to receive almost 30 grand deposit. Now, I'm going to ask here, who wants to write in this chat, who's going to get a church bill before the beginning of July? You know, I have many teams in the United States. They've been getting, I mean, do it before it's too late, because this is going to get crazy. I mean, can you imagine getting funds for your church? 30 grand, that's direct pay deposit. And the cool thing is that you don't have to believe me. Get into the website, okay? Get into the website of the White House, and it explains everything clearly, all right? And it's better than a tax rebate. A tax rebate, you need to owe taxes to get it. You gotta have tax liability. Here, they don't pay taxes. It's a simple law. You get solar panels, you get the money. So it's incredible. I know a lot of people won't sleep tonight. So this is explained here really good. These people, I saved them a lot of money. They were paying a high bill. I remember they're now going to pay, they were paying over $1,000. Now they're going to pay $623 for the next 20 years. And guess what? After the next 20 years, then they're going to pay more electricity. Is that cool or not? Because you really need to pay your bill anyways. So that's when I say this is the easiest business that I've been in. Because when I was selling anything else, I needed to create the need. It doesn't matter what you sell. You need to create the need. You need to sell the problem, and then you need to sell the solution. In here, they know the problem already. You only need to be able to show them, well, this is really, really easy, Mr. Pastor. Hey, you're spending $200,000, and also this is a sale file. I'm going to show them. So in this case, it's not moving. Okay. So we're using the Silfa commercial. Okay. So they can get all the incentives. We're using the M-phase commercial microinverters. You don't need to learn about even this. We show them the return on investment. I mean, so we don't go there and show them, like a very, skimpy like presentation. We show a real nice presentation. And again, they can go back to their board of directors, discuss it. And if they have any questions, we have the team ready for them. I always show this with an engineer next to me. So if they have the most, complicated question, somebody's going to answer for me if I don't know. I always said, you know what? I'm probably not the one that knows more solar than anybody else, but I always have someone in my team that knows more than anybody else. So we are very, our company, I mean, we saw in many other states, we have right now all the East Coast, California, Texas, so mainly all the United States, okay? Arizona, we're closing one in Colorado this week, okay? And let's, now, of course, I don't know if you want to open for questions or what do you want, Mr. Allen?
Well,
Allen told me, don't explain them much, but I get excited. Allen. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I totally get it. You and I share the same passion. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Sequoia families, this is just a little overview of what is about to come. There's a few more details that Ricardo and myself need to work out. We are working on a scenario form, as you said. And so once that is done, my plan is to launch this program by the end of June or no later than July. So again, you guys are the first group of people seeing something like this. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, just looking at this number right here, the client, they are not paying anything extra, just like Ricardo said. They're already paying the money to the utility company. Instead of paying to the utility company. Now they use that same amount of money or less to invest in a solar system that they own for their property. And
And let me
guess
tell
what?
you something, Alan. Sorry to interrupt. In residential nowadays, because the interests are quite high, people are paying just only a little bit less than they're paying to the utilities. But in commercial, because they pay so much, you see a much bigger difference. You saw that guy that we're paying $15,000. Now he's going to pay less than six. That's why it's such a no-brainer in commercial.
Right. So again, this is going to will be on our Sequoia platform. So today it's just like a preview to let everybody have a taste. Ricardo today, I appreciate him a lot. He's actually in the process of moving his house from Texas to Florida. So he's I drag him onto the meeting. So I don't want to drag him anymore. But again, I promise we will get him once we are ready to launch. We will get him onto the call to explain more in detail. I see Caroline, you're asking for, what is the warranty, all those detail stuff. You will know, okay? But remember one thing. What is our Sequoia platform is all about? The Sequoia platform is all about that you go out there to generate the leads, and our advisor is going to close that for you, especially in commercial solar. We don't want you to get involved. Absolutely not, okay? It requires special trainings to design system like this. So again, when I talked to Ricardo, I mentioned to him that, hey, I just want to send you the leads. My team, Sequoia team, is going to be the marketing team. Your team, Switch Solar, is going to be the installer team, is going to be the designing team. And together, we will make this work. We can do this thing all over the United States. So again, right here, I'm going to introduce another person. If obviously you speak English and Spanish, so Ricardo is the one that you go to. However, in Sequoia, we also have advisor. He's Tom. Tom is online with us. Tom and myself, we go way back when, and he is also testing out some solar products as we speak. We already have a few commercial solar is already in process, designing things like this. So if you need to speak Chinese, support in Chinese, so Tom is the one to go to. Tom, can you come up and say a few words? Introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Tom here in Las Vegas here. Basically, I was in solar business since 2016, like 8 years from then with Alan together back on 2016. We have done some project in San Francisco, which one's Bay Area. We do a $300,000 commercial for a wholesale business. They are very happy. They are saving 20,000 a year, and plus those tax benefit and intensive, all that. So the owners save a lot of money. So they are asking for Los Angeles, another location for solar as well. They taste the sweet. So with that say, it's a brand new to generic people to open up to this business. It's a huge opportunity. I remember I make 20,000 commercial commission on that deal. So you can imagine if you done 20 deal in a year, you can purchase a house in a middle city. That kind of stuff though. So we're very happy to hear from Aaron bring this opportunity to everybody. So thank you, everybody.
Okay, absolutely. So again, Tom is going to be a very key player on this particular role. He's already a Sequoia member. He's also a Sequoia advisor for the solar vertical, and he will be working together with everybody and also hand in hand with Ricardo to to build up a new venture on the Sequoia platform. So Alicia, I saw your a message. Yes, we will, as we speak. This is just a preview. Okay, let everybody taste what is going to be coming. Between Ricardo and myself, there's still a few more items that we need to iron it out. Once that is done, we should be able to launch this. And we already have the scenario form built. Ricardo is actually reviewing it for us. Tom is going to be reviewing for us and giving up the slots and things like this. And once that is done, my vision is to launch this thing by the end of the month, or after, no later than July 4th, after July 4th weekend. So again, that is our goal. So guys, ready. Go out there. There will be more and more products like this on our Sequoia platform. And I hope that you can see the value of Sequoia platform. All the product and services that we bring onto this platform is not like anybody can tap into. Think about how many people are doing residential solar. Tons and tons and tons and tons of them. How many of those people can actually know how to do commercial solar? I can tell you less than 5% of those people. Now, again, those are the people for your recruit. Now you can attract solar people onto our commercial, onto a Sequoia platform. Hopefully you can see the power of what we're trying to build right here. So ever since day one, Sequoia exists to today, it has already been here for about two and a half years. And every single year, we are trying harder and harder and harder to bring in product and services and advisors and talents onto our platform that no other platform can even match. Think about now we have this commercial solar. Okay, we have the EV stations, we have the cost segregations, we have the tax appeal, we have the wellness program. And again, all those things are, if you just pick any one of this vertical or services or product, you already become a millionaire. So ask yourself, what are you doing here in Sequoia platform? When are you going to make that 100,000? When are you going to make that 500,000? When are you going to achieve that $1 million? We already have the tools and bullets and everything are here. We have the talent like Ricardo and Tom. We have the talent like Mo and Jared and George's on our platform to help everybody out. Just remember, this platform is not for me. This platform is for every single one of us. And how do you build this platform? Either you do it yourself or you do it with a team of people. And you already heard, I never brag about myself how I build a team, but Ricardo said it. In the previous company, I have the biggest team. And I always believe in building an organization is because that is the only way for us to disrupt an industry. Ask yourself, what have you done for the last 30 days in Sequoia? What have you done for the last 60 days, 6 months, so on and so forth? Now we are already at the end of June. The first half of 2004 is gone. What are you going to do for the next 6 months? So again, this is very, very exciting. It's very exciting time for us. And I'm so excited to partner up with Ricardo, a good friend of mine. And you see, this is what business is all about. When you do business, you always do business with the people that you trust, the people that you love, and the people that you hang out with. And like Tom, I mean, I go to visit Tom, by the way, I'm actually in Las Vegas right now as we speak. But unfortunately, I cannot meet you tonight. I'm flying out to Chicago early tomorrow morning. So Mo, I'm going to meet you in Chicago. Okay. So that is what life is all about. That is what business is all about. All the people that we love each other, we've been through the changes together, we trust each other, we put all our talent together, and that is how we can grow a business together. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And I know Ricardo needs to go, I know Tom needs to go, and I need to go too. So again, without further ado, let's circle it back next Wednesday night. So thank you, everyone. I see you next week.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. Thanks a lot, Mo. Tom, thank you so much, man. There's a lot of things we can do.
Love it, man. Love it.
Yep.